Hey, good morning. It is Monday, October 19th, uh, 2/3 of the way through the month. Wow. October, the year, everything is moving pretty quick, and we are still in person, so we are thankful for that. Looking forward to our 7 Navy group coming back on Thursday. Super excited about that. Um, So we continue to lift them up in prayer, and Laura and Clara, Hill, we continue to pray for you as well. A couple of things to go over, and then I'm going to read something from a neat book that I've got here. Number one, I've had some new shelves installed downstairs in the hallway leading out to recess. My expectation there is that all your lunch boxes and everything is going to land on those shelves, not at the top of the stairs like in the past. Like we've been doing, we just can't have that. So obviously, once I noticed that, I ordered the shelves. The fire marshal would not be pleased with us piling up and plus it just doesn't look good. So all your lunches and everything. Those need to be downstairs on that hallway leading out to recess after lunch. And when we go to we go to recess first before eating, on your way out to recess first on Friday, make sure that you put your lunch boxes and stuff down there. So thanks for cooperating on that. And then also I had some more shelves put in our breakout spaces. The breakout space by Mr. DeBoer. We're piling up our backpacks on the floor there. We can't do that either. So those have to be on the shelf. So remind each other, please. And then I've also noticed that backpacks are piling up in the elevator room on the way down to PE or STEM, and can't have that. So I had shelves put in the breakout space by Mr. Dirksen and Mr. Zietze. Please put those backpacks. Do not leave them on the floor. Here's the bottom line. This is the message from the fire marshal. To be totally honest, when there's smoke in the building, if there's smoke in the building, what they do is the firefighters crawl the walls around the outside of the building, around the outside of the hallway. So on the outside walls, inside the building, but on the outside walls. And what they're looking for, they'll feel the backpack, they said, and they're like, wait a minute. They'll basically say, is there a body attached to that? I know, not super exciting, but so it slows their process down. So plus it shrinks the hallways with our backpacks, especially in that elevator room, the egress for us to exit for any particular reason. All of a sudden, we've got narrower hallways, and that's not safe either. So not even related to a fire, but just us exiting the building, we need to be able to do that without the stuff impeding our path. So do not put your backpacks on the floor. They go on the shelves, on your back, or on your desk in your classroom. Appreciate that. That was a long one. Number two, I don't know if you saw in the weekly news on our Week at a Glance. I have a link. I have an announcement. It's in bright red bar on the top. We are starting a fencing class. It starts in a couple weeks. Some of our students here, the Murphys, they have taken classes from this person. This Scholastic Fencing League. This is an amazing organization. Actually, these are Olympians that have started this business, and actually the place where the training is actually near my house. That's kind of cool. They work with schools all over the place, rec centers at their facility. But anyway, we are going to start a class here. You need to go to our Week at a Glance for details on that. But it is so exciting. If you go under activities, you'll see in the drop-down menu under that, you'll see MS Fencing class. And so that's going to start on October 27th, so a week next Tuesday. So the registration is open. Jump in there, get signed up. It's going to be great. I'm so excited for that. So yeah, just register. It's $20 a class. There's 7 classes. It's an hour. You'll have your own fencing gear for that particular class, not to keep, of course. Anyway, that is going to be cool. So that's middle school fencing. Still in need of some drivers for leaf raking day, which is that first Friday in November. So we're still looking for drivers there. All right, running out of time here. I'm going to give you a brief story. So we're kind of talking about pursuing learning and growth. So I wanted to give you, there's 2 different mindsets. There's a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, I can't grow anymore. This is my intelligence and I'm stuck. A growth mindset says, no way. I'm going to figure this out and try and get better. So here's the story. I'll keep it brief. So one day you go to class and so I'm summarizing this. I'm just pulling parts of this. One day you go to class and it's really important to you and you like it a lot, and the teacher returns a test to the class and you got a C+. You're very disappointed. And that evening on your way home, you find, so this is person that's a little bit older, but you'll get the point. You got a parking ticket, and then and so that's a bummer too. And so you're really frustrated, and you call your best friend to kind of talk about it, and that doesn't go well, and they kind of just brush you off. So you have two ways that you can respond to that. What would you think? What would you feel? What would you do? When I asked people with a fixed mindset, this is what they said. I feel rejected, total failure. I feel like a loser. I feel worthless. Everyone's better than me. Blah, 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 right? So you feel this, bleh. That is what then they think about that, about their lives. My life is pitiful. I have no life. Somebody upstairs doesn't like me. The world is out to get me. Someone's out to destroy me. Nobody loves me, blah, 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 right? You have this sort of impending doom perspective. And then you say, okay, well, how would you respond? Well, I wouldn't bother to put much time in. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to grow and learn anyway. So what's the point? I'm not going to try any harder. I'm going to get a C+ every single time or worse. The growth mindset. When I give people with a growth mindset the same story, here's what they said. I need to try harder in class. I need to be more careful when parking the car. I wonder if my friend that I called is having a bad day. The C+ would tell me that I'd have to work a little bit harder in class, but I have the rest of the semester to pull up my grade. There were many, many more like this, but I think you get the idea. Now, how would they cope? Like, what would be their response directly? I'd start thinking about studying a little bit harder, or I'd study in a different way for my next test. I'd probably just pay the ticket, and I'd work things out with my best friend the next time we chat. I'd look at what was wrong on my exam, on my test, and resolve to do better. Pay my parking ticket and call my friend to tell her I was upset the day before. Work hard on my next papers. I'd talk to my teacher. I'd be more careful where I parked, right? So they would say, no, what can I do? Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to label myself as negative. That's just, a poor grade is a poor grade. That doesn't define me. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I would encourage you to have that growth mindset. Have the growth mindset. It doesn't define you. Deal with it. Move on. Figure it out. All right. I think that is it for me. I've taken up enough of your time. Finally, the Dining Hall cleanup crew, Fabiana Gensch, Cole Schur, Cayman Landis, and Andrew Roberg. Fabiana, Cole, Cayman, and Andrew. All right, y'all. Have an awesome day. Someone pray. Someone pray. Teachers, figure out someone to pray. But anyway, have a great day.